Hey guys, Farouk asked in Discord about how the hoarding system works. If you don't know, the hoarding system is just a way for the developers to implement a system that prevents exploits, I guess. It prevents people from obtaining way too much of a resource too quickly. And the way they do this is by a hoarding system. So what it means is that you can only obtain a certain amount of items before it gets to like this check mark, a limit. Watch, I can buy some resources off the marketplace. I could buy maybe like oranges. I'm kind of low on oranges, and I've already bought a bunch this week, so I can hit the hoarding limit quickly. So I'll buy some oranges here. I'll buy some, okay, those yams I bought. Oranges. Oranges. I'm going to hit the hoarding limit here soon, and it'll tell me I need to sync on chain. Okay, okay, see here. It says I've bought too many and I would need to store on chain. So let's go look at my farm on SFL World. Let's update it here. Takes a second to update. You can see here all these limits. Like, for example, sunflowers. You could have 30,000 of them before you need to sync on chain. But you can see here it says I actually have 37,000 left out of 30,000. That means I spent 7,098. So this limit is only like from starting at 0. If you spend some, you'll like be able to do more than the 30,000. So if you collected 10,000 sunflowers and then you spent 10,000 sunflowers, then you would still have 30,000 left. Let's find one where I haven't collected anything. So onions, 5,000 left. So let's say I collected 2,500 onions. Then I would have 2,500 left. But then if I spent 2,500 of those onions or I sold them on the marketplace, it would go back to 5,000 left. So it's a running total. It's not a set number. This is the default number from the start, but it can go up and down based on if you use them or if you're buying them or collecting them. These numbers will change. Okay, so we'll go look at the oranges that I just bought, wherever they are. Okay, see here. It says I only have 22 left. That means I can only buy up to 22, or I can only pick another 22. So let's see if there's any that are less than 22 here. Okay, see here's one that's 20. I could buy this one, but this one that's 25 I couldn't buy because it's more than 22. So the way you get rid of these numbers, or the way you're able to buy more, is you come into the settings and you go to blockchain settings and you click store on chain. So this will open up. You have to use Polygon and you have to store progress. I'm just going to do this real quick. It should take just a second or two. Polygon's a little slower than base, but it shouldn't take too long. And once this is done, I'll go back and refresh SFL World again, and you'll see all these numbers are back to 0. And also I could go and buy more oranges if I wanted to. So if I go to oranges, I couldn't buy one that was more than 25, but I could see here I could buy more again. I'll come in here and refresh SFL World, and all these numbers, all these green numbers or red numbers or yellow numbers, all these will be back to 0 because I haven't done anything yet. And even like this sunflower one that's at 37,000, this is going to reset to 30,000. So here, see, all the numbers are back to 0. So these numbers here showing how many you have left, you just fix this by storing on chain again. I believe these are all up-to-date numbers on SFL World that you can check out. You used to not be able to collect more. Before the token was flower, it used to be SFL, and that used to have a hoarding limit as well, but they got rid of that. It also applies to faction tickets, although they might have changed that. There was something about taking them off chain, so I'm not sure if faction tickets, or not faction tickets, like chapter tickets. I'm not sure if chapter tickets also have a storing limit. They used to, but there was some change recently where I'm not sure if they still do. But yeah, you can see all the limits here, and like I said, it's a running total, so it can go up and down based on how you use the resources. I think that's basically it about hoarding limits. If there's anything I missed, leave a comment below and ask me a question about it, but I think that's basically how it works. And yeah, until next time, have a good day, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. It would help me out a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Have a good day, guys. And I also want to say thank you to all the members of the channel. The current members of the channel are Raichu, Thedra, and Deucefold. Thank you very much for your support.